Well, hello, and welcome to another day in Life with Sandy. It's a cold one out here. Well, hello. Today is Thursday, February 2nd, and we do have a few birthdays today. Today is Chris Campbell's birthday, so Chris, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chris. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Laura Hall's birthday, so Laura, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Laura. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope both of you have a great birthday. Also, if you could include in your prayers Nancy Ciampa, Ciampa. She was just diagnosed with squamous, Squamous, squamous cell cancer over her eyebrow on her face. And so she's in need of some prayers. So if you could please pray for Nancy, I would so appreciate it. I know I've been praying for her. So if you could include her in your prayers, I do believe in the power of prayer. So throw her onto your prayer chain or whatever you can do to help Nancy. I would so appreciate it, as would Nancy. I'm sure she would. I was a lazy butt today. Let me tell you, I didn't go to bed, in my defense. I didn't go to bed till 4 o'clock. You know what happened was at 1:30, I was getting ready to go to bed. And so I was walking into the kitchen. I was going to get a glass of water before I went to bed. And I just kind of looked at the puzzle and I picked up this one piece and it went right where I wanted it to go. And you know what? I was hooked. I just sat down and I thought, you know what? I'm only going to work on this till 2 o'clock and then I'm going to be done. I'm not going to work on it any more past 2. Well, then I was on a roll. I was like really moving along. And the trees were on the... you'll see it on the, I took a video of how far we've come. I'll show that to you when I'm done talking here. But the trees were driving me crazy because I knew that that was the only green, that particular color green, that was supposed to go there. And I was bound and determined. So I was moving pieces around because sometimes the pieces fit perfectly, but they really don't go there. So I was like really studying them really close. So I didn't actually get into bed till like 3:55. So I didn't get my old butt out of bed till almost 11. Jim got up at 9. He was complaining because he says, you know, I can't see the clock on your side of the bed because your pillow blocks it and blah, blah, blah and all that. He said, so I'm bringing my phone in so I can, like if I wake up at the night, because I don't want to sleep the whole day like we usually have been doing because Jim's been just as guilty. So I had an extra alarm. You know what the thing is? Shows you how bad my memory is. For Christmas, I had asked for a new alarm clock. Because I wanted to put it in my guest room. Because my guest room, I just have a regular clock that makes a little bit too much noise ticking. This one clock here, over there, that one. Yep, that one. The battery died, and it was a really loud tick. You could always hear it ticking in the background. So whenever I film anything out the window or if anything you see the time, that's not really the time. It's right twice a day. Let me bring my hair. It's right twice a day, and then... because I haven't put a battery in it. I love that clock. I really do, but it's really loud. So I put another clock into the bedroom. But anyway, back to so I had asked for alarm clock for Christmas. And so my sister Mary bought me an alarm clock. And then Jimmy got me an alarm clock. So I had 2 clocks. And so I thought, well, that'll work out. I'll just put one clock in the guest bedroom and I'll put the other clock in case one of my clocks just dies on me, then I'll have it. So then Jim had mentioned that he would like a clock on his side of the bed. No problem. I've got 2 clocks for Christmas. No problem. I put it somewhere safe so I would remember when I needed it. I remember, and I need it. I can't remember where I put it. I looked in all the usual suspect places where I put things, and it was not in that one of them. So I don't know. And I thought, well, you know what? I always show on a video what I got for Christmas, and I didn't do that this year. Jeez, I didn't do that. So I'm almost positive I got 2 clocks, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. And then the other present I had asked for was I was shopping with Denise, and I saw this tea kettle that I wanted. And so I showed it to I was getting ready to take a picture of it, and Denise said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm going to send this to my kids because, you know, they always want to know what I want for Christmas." And so I thought I'll get this tea kettle. And so Denise says, "Well, I'll just buy it now." And, you know, because that's just who we are. She says, "I'll just buy it now as part of your gift." And I said, "Well, okay." So I picked out the teapot. I love the teapot. We got it at Home Goods. Not the teapot, tea kettle. There's a difference between a tea kettle and a teapot. I'm trying to explain that to my kids. They don't understand the concept. But so anyway, now I'm on the hunt for a tea cozy to keep my teapots for the water, keep them warm, because I see Jones Point Plate has one. My cousin Sherry has one that she always had on her teapots. My grandmother, I had one. I know if I looked on Amazon, I'd find one. I just haven't put that much effort into looking for one. But anyway, so I got this tea kettle that I absolutely loved in the store. I hate it. I absolutely, positively hate it because the handle, you can't hold the handle, even though it's got like it's part of it is like a red part of it. Here, let me show you a picture of the kettle. See, the part that's got the red that's supposed to be the handle that you're supposed to be holding on to. It's so hot. It's so hot. You burn your hand. I have to use a pot holder just to pour a cup of tea out of the pot. My other teapot, I didn't have to do that. Or tea kettle. See, I'm just getting myself all mixed up too. The other tea kettle, I didn't have to do that. But this one, I have to. And then the little button you got to push to open the slot. You got to slide it and then slide it. It sticks. I hate it. I hate it. And I already threw the other tea kettle away because it had seen its day. It was like, you know, it was all. I'm one of these awful people, not awful people, I shouldn't put it that way. I'm one of these people that when I put the water to put into the kettle under the sink, I don't remember to wipe it off, and so that when it's cooking or, you know, boiling or whatever, it burns into the side, and then I don't clean it right away, and then it gets burnt in, and then you try to use the steel wool, and then that just scratches it, and it's like a circle like that. So I always get a new tea kettle every year because just what I do. So anyway, so I knew where the tea kettle was. So I knew I got that for Christmas. And I was thinking about the other stuff that I knew that I got. And I go, yeah, I got that. And that was there. And yeah, I got that. And that was there. And yeah, I can't remember. I just can't remember any of them. I don't know what I did with it. So Jim has a clock on his side of the bed because he said, well, that's going to keep him from sleeping in too late. Well, it has been the last 2 days because he's been getting up before 9 o'clock. And I've just been rolling over. Rolling. That's what I do. But Jim goes to bed about 11:30, 12 o'clock. I go to bed like 1:30 or 2 o'clock. So I don't feel the least bit guilty that I stay in the bed an hour or two longer than he does. Although he always makes fun of me when I get up. He says, oh, so you decided to get up. And I go, yeah, I thought I might as well get up. So I emptied the dishwasher this morning and I pulled the bottom tray out so that I could clean the little trap because there was like food got stuck in it and that. So I cleaned out the trap, got it all clean, put it back in. I couldn't get the tray to the bottom rack to go back in right. I just couldn't do it no matter what. And I said, before I even finished, I says, I'm losing and he said, finished it up, patience, because I have no patience. So he come in, he was going to mansplain it to me, how it works. And I said, it's just got to go back on the track the right way, that's all. I just pulled it out too far and I don't have it on the right. Well, let me show you how it's done. If only it was that easy, Jim, I would have done it. He couldn't get it. No matter what he did, because you could get it in, but you couldn't close the door. The door wouldn't snap close. So he kept trying to do it, and he says, well, you know what, you took the top rack. I said, I never touched the top rack. Never touched the top rack. It's only the bottom rack. So he took the top rack out, lowered it, and then he was able to close the dishwasher. And I said, well, that'll do me no good. And he goes, what are you talking about? I go, the dishes won't fit because you have the top rack too low. No, I don't. I go, yeah, you do. And he says, no, I don't. I said, well, I got a dish out of the cupboard. I says, here, put it in. So he put it in. He says, see, it goes in perfect. And he closed the door. He says, see, it closes. I said, okay, now see if the little spinner thing spins. I said, because it's going to hit the plate. No, it's not. Yeah, it will. Yeah, it did. I was right. So he took the whole thing apart. And he cleaned up the wands and stuff, and he got it back in, and he got it fixed. But it took him, I would say, a good 10 or 15 minutes. And I was just behind him going, but not doing it so he could see me, because that would be rude. But I was laughing behind his back, because it's like, see, you thought it was going to be so simple. Now you can see why I lost my patience. So anyway, second day I'm doing pretty well. I didn't eat my first meal till almost 3 o'clock. I got so busy doing the puzzle, and then Jimmy stopped by. I'll show him on the clip later on too. Jimmy stopped by just to talk about a couple things. Then I had to call Apple support because yesterday when I was trying to fix, I think that it looks a little clearer today. Does it look? Is it just me? I mean, I think it looks a little bit sharper, crisper, or whatever than it did yesterday. Yesterday I thought it looked kind of fuzzy, but maybe that was just me. Anyway, so I had to call Apple support because when I was trying to delete everything, I deleted the camera icon, and then no matter what I did, I couldn't get the camera icon to come back onto my homepage. Now, I could go into the App Store, and I could open up the camera to take a picture, take a video. I could swipe down and find the camera icon and then put it, and then do it like that. But I like just having it on my home screen, and I pop it, and it's right there, and I couldn't figure it out. So I called Apple support, and I got the nicest man, and within 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes, because I didn't even have to be on hold. I was surprised about that. But within 2 minutes, we had fixed the problem. And what you have to do, in case this ever happens to anybody, because I am not tech savvy at all, you have to keep swiping until there's nothing, until you get to the very last page, which shows all your apps. And then you just hold your finger on the camera, and then you slide it over to the screen you want. How easy was that? I couldn't figure that out for the life of me. Just couldn't figure it out. So anyway, got that all taken care of. And then I like my ending quote tonight is, if you don't go after it, you'll never have it. That's true. If I don't at least try to lose my weight, I'm never going to lose my weight. I'm trying not to eat the 3 meals a day because I've just learned from the past that when I eat 3 meals, I don't have a great weight loss. I don't have a weight loss usually at all. And when I first started, I ate very little food, but I was 6 years younger. So that makes a difference too. My metabolism's changed a little bit. But I didn't eat as much food as I eat now. So a lot of you say I don't eat enough food. I'm trying just to eat when I'm hungry now. I really am. I just think that I have no plans for, I'm going to eat dinner, obviously, but I have no plans for dinner. I don't know what I'm going to have, but I'll find something in the house. I'm not going to drive anywhere to go get it. I know that because I want to lose weight this week. I want to have at least a 2-pound loss this week, which I don't know. It's kind of like setting my sights kind of high when all I wanted to lose was a half a pound a week last month, and that didn't happen. But I think that 2 pounds, I think I can lose that because I really, truly don't think I had a true 5-pound gain last week. So the scale will tell me whether I was right or wrong on that one. And the second thing is, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. If I never ask anybody, I don't like asking for help. We've learned this about me in the past. I do not like asking for help. But I've reached a point in my age, like when Jim shoveled the snow and when the plow came through, there was like a massive hunk of ice by the mailbox. And I tried I have a staff, which is not really a staff. It was our flag. The flag was on this staff, and the flag, got worn. So we burned the flag, got rid of not disrespectfully, but we disposed of the flag properly. And then I still kept the staff. So I was like walking like Moses, like the ice I'd hit, and then I'd take a step in that. But even with that, I was still, my balance is way off. It kind of makes me leery to go back on my walks, but I think once I start back on my walks, I'll, I do have walking sticks that I can use. I never thought of that because they got little spikes on the end. I got them hanging in the laundry room. Never thought of that till just now. But I'm just not as steady on my feet. And I don't know I think it's my weight gain or my age or a combination of everything. So I'm a little leery walking on the ice. So now I do ask for help. So Jim has perfect balance. And so I have Jim get the mail now. Not that it's like Sandy, big deal, he gets the mail. I know it's just, it's just something easy. But it took me a lot to ask for help. It really did, because that's just not in my nature. And the third thing is if you don't step forward, you're always in the same place. If I don't at least try, I'm never going to lose any weight. I'm just going to stay on here, and I'm going to be in this vicious little cycle of just, gaining and losing the same 10 pounds. And I'm tired of doing that. I really am tired of doing that. So I want to switch it around a little bit and get back to being consistently healthy eating, but maybe just losing my half a pound, which is all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking myself for. I don't think I'm asking myself too much. But I think that overemphasize things too much. Duh. Sandy, we know that. We tell you that all the time. But I have to step back a little bit. So, and then we got some good news, bad news from our cottage rental lady. She called me this afternoon because we're going to go to Lexington for our cottage that we rent from the 14th to the 21st of July. And she called to tell me that she didn't realize that the person sold the house and they're closing on it tomorrow, sold the cottage. And so the cottage is no longer available because somebody else owns the cottage now. So that was the bad news. But the good news was that she's going to put us in another one of, she has a whole bunch of different cottages. So she's going to put us in a different cottage for the same price. She's not going to charge us any more. It's the same size, although the kitchen looks a little bit bigger. And the table seats just as many people. It seats 7. But it's the same pretty much setup. It's a 3-bedroom. The 1 bedroom still has the queen size bed, which is Christy's room. Christy and Aaron share that room. Then the other room, which I had, was a bunk bed, but the bottom bunk is a full size bed with just a twin as the bunk. It's like a trundle bed, like this, and then the bunk is up there like that. So Sophia will sleep on the top, and then I'll just sleep on the bottom. And then the 3rd bedroom was where Mary and Kathleen, and they had a double bed last year. Well, every year we've gone there, they had a double bed. But this cottage has 2 twin beds, which I think they're going to like a little bit better. They'll each have their own bed. And then it's got like a really good sized living room. It's got a little deck we can sit on like we did at the other place. And the beach actually looks like there's a beach. Where we went before, once you went down the steps, you were in the water because there was no beach. And so there's a little bit of a beach. And so I told her, yeah, that sounds good. And it's only 3 blocks from where we were before. And before we were 5 houses from the cottage, now we're 6. Or from the water, rather, now we're 6. So it's not like a big deal. But anyway, let me show you how I'm doing on the puzzle, how Jimmy's doing, and what else? And what I had to eat today. So far, I've only eaten breakfast, but I'm going to have something for dinner. I don't know what yet, but we'll have something, and you'll see. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Well, we're making some progress on our puzzle here. So that's what it's going to look like when it's done. We're taking our time, as you can see. But look what time it is. And I haven't eaten yet, so I think I'm going to go make something to eat. Look who's here! He's got paint on his, is it paint or blur drywall on your face?
On my face? What? That's mud. I was mudding. I was mudding some drywall.
You stopped by. Not at his house.
Hey, my house, I will have you. My list is down to 7 things.
Is that the basement too?
No, besides the basement.
Oh, okay.
Basement's a big thing, so that's...
Well, you're not working steady, so...
Well, that's why it's down to 7 things. It was at 27 things.
Because if I can play this without getting copyright infringement, Jimmy sent me a little clip.
No, you can't play that yet.
Oh, I can't play that yet?
We still have to do the video with Samantha, because there are still stuff where she's going to say
Jimmy's going to do a separate thing with this little fun little thing we're going to put with it.
Yeah.
I'll have to check with my grandson Oliver, who knows all the tech savvy stuff. He'll know how to do it.
That's true. He probably would.
We'll have to figure that out.
You never know. I might know how to pull that off.
I doubt it. You don't even know how to access my channel to put a video up. So anyway, we're going to do the tag, which is coming on the Valentine's Day in another week or so.
Yep, 1 more week.
When he looks a little more presentable.
Yeah, when I'm shaved and, not gray.
All right.
Bye.
Okay, as I showed you earlier, it's kind of late, but I got busy with my puzzle and talking with Jimmy. So this is what I'm going to have for breakfast, some tea and my orange juice. Today is Thursday, February 2nd. My quote is, the difference between possible and impossible lies in your determination to succeed. 0 for my egg, berries, banana, and tea. 3 points for my bacon. 2 points. I put that in. 2 points for my English muffin. 2 points for my juice and 3 points for my jelly. So it's 3, 5, 7, a 10-point breakfast. So let's go eat. Okay, I'm going to have a little snack of almonds for 3 points with some water. Still working on my puzzle. It's driving me crazy. I got the dog started here. But the puppy dog here, which goes over here, is driving me crazy. And then I am watching Valerie Reese. For dinner tonight, we're going to have a salad with some turkey and some feta cheese, a couple olives in there, and some avocado and cottage cheese, and some tea. It's a 14-point dinner, 0 for my salad and my iced tea, 1 point for my turkey, 3 points for 2 ounces of avocado, 3 points for 1 ounce of feta cheese, 3 points for 2 tablespoons of dressing, 3 points for half a cup of cottage cheese, and 1 point for 5 olives. It's 27 points for the day. Eating the almonds kind of put me over, but I'm only 2 over, so I am fine with that. And I am telling you, I have not met a salad at a restaurant that can top my salads. I love my salads. Not to brag, but I guess I am.